Hey, Victory. Coffee. What's up? You know, I can't decide if it's flaw-worthy that they force you to have 3 party members for this. Because what that means is they force Shadow to be in your party. For the first and only time in the game, actually. Well, that's not true. It's the first time they force you to really rely on Shadow. And... I mean... They force you to rely on Shadow at a point in time at which you are fighting the hardest stuff you've ever fought in the game, and arguably one of the hardest sections, if not the hardest section of the entire game. And you are almost guaranteed to have been underdeveloped in terms of Shadow himself and his capacity, because the odds are you haven't really been using him, and therefore you're screwed. He's basically a dead weight. Like, why force us to use Shadow? Why not give us the option of using Shadow? Oh, crap. Am I seriously that underpowered right now? I think I might be. Yeah. This... wow. Okay. Go, Figaro brothers! Carry me to victory. Again. Hello, Cyric. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Welcome to my stream. As I say to literally everyone who pops their heads in and decides to talk here, don't be a stranger. I really, really love chatting and talking and interacting with viewers, so if you have any thoughts, comments, or just wish to chat about something unrelated, please feel free to do so. Gotta use those items, Sergey. If you don't, it's all over, man. You gotta use those items. Especially when you're extremely underleveled. I'm not actually as underleveled as I have been. I have gotten to the floating continent and lower level than this. Although that is exactly why I brought the Figaro brothers to this, because I need them to drag me to victory. Celes might as well be dead weight right now. Yeah, let's do this too. Worst game ever edition, Joe Neutrino. Hate this game, it's so terrible. Rawr. I have a cough that just developed when I started this stream. I'm not even kidding. Just all of a sudden I started streaming and my throat just started being agitated. So I don't even know what the hell's up with that. Yeah. Why don't you just do nothing? Okay, now why don't you cure him? Well, I hope you've been liking the YouTube stuff, such as it is. No, the chainsaw attack specifically is the glitch. The drill is working exactly as it should be. That's gonna hurt. I know I did, I know. I'm trying so hard not to praise this amazing, fantastic, best game ever game. It's difficult! It's hard not to praise, especially when you're playing it for the 800 billionth time, and all of a sudden you start noticing things you've never noticed before about how awesome it is. That doesn't count as praising what I just said. Actually, why don't we do... Did I already... Ah, did... No, I didn't. I did hear, though. Thank God. Okay. Might as well start heading to the back now. For record, you're supposed to be closer to about level 25 at this point, give or take. It is Joe Neutrino. It's just so terrible. Oh, god damn it. And sell it. Oh, she didn't die. Holy crap. Although I can't have Edgar dying. That's going to be bad if he falls over. You silenced me! Of all the things you could do! You silenced my healer, you bastard! Do I even have anti-silence items? I don't think I do. Okay. Whatever. We'll make it work. We'll do it live. What, Tritox Psychotic? Well, most of those flaws over there are nitpicks, as I mentioned in the announcement video that I just put out. The only major flaw I have actually come up with so far, and I mean like major flaw, something I'd mentioned in a review, is the encounter rate. Yeah, Tritox Psychotic, that's exactly what I said. I could criticize the translation if I was playing the SNES version, which I am not, and therefore doesn't actually apply. Why don't you have... Oh, why do you have Ultima Weapon equipped? God damn it. Too high, Sergey. The encounter rate is through the roof, and I actually did a full analysis of that at several points in time, and it's more than just the encounter rate is high. There's several things related to the fact that the encounter rate is high that makes it aggravating. But if you fixed the encounter rate, it would fix most of the other problems too. It's the evasion stat, the physical evasion stat. It's overridden by the magic evasion stat. Hey, Joluto. And hey, Longsword. I was surprised it wasn't a lamentation, if I'm being honest, Longsword, but... yeah. That's horrible, Psychotic. Have they added a story of significance yet to Record Keeper? Come on, hit this guy! Yes! Damn it. I'm hearing a no, Psychotic. Hey, Sonashi. Looks like you can absorb Magitech Laser. I was actually wondering. I think, given how nitpicky we've gotten with the other flaws, I think I do need to give a flaw for the forced Shadow section. It's not just the fact that they're forcing you to use Shadow, which is only kind of bad. It's in addition to the fact that you've barely had any chance to actually level or equip or otherwise set Shadow up for basically the entire game. In fact, it's entirely easy to have never had Shadow in your party except for one brief period of time, right before Thamasa, if you just bypass him. So you could have Shadow being completely non-relevant, and then, oh, by the way, he's forced to be in your party in the hardest dungeon in the entire game. So, I think... for that, we can go ahead and add another flaw. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. So... we're up to 33 flaws, guys. We're getting there. Ooh, let's use your magic. Get in a quick save, because these guys are actually harder than they look when you're very underleveled. Code of Honor is very likely to be a lamentation, let's just be honest about it. No, really. This is our last battle. Honest. Yeah. Funga. You actually can beat Ultros here, it just doesn't actually do anything. He's not so great with words, but he'll blow you away! I'm losing my Ultros voice, guys. I gotta practice that. Oh, Celes is dead. It's okay, you get an auto heal to max before the next boss fight, which is immediately after this boss fight. Boss fight to boss fight, and I'm not going to praise that, despite the fact that it's praiseworthy. Also, until I played FF7, I didn't realize that's supposed to be a face on the rear of Typhon there. Or Mr. Chupon, if you prefer. God damn it, stop hitting Ultros with that. Ugh. Screw it. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Jonah Trina. That's kind of what my own analysis ended up being. Stop hitting Ultros! No! Stop hitting Ultros! Thank you. God. Well, yeah. If you're going to use a giant drill while on an airship and attacking someone technically over the edge of the airship, you need to be safe. I mean, that's pretty risky stuff. If he does another AoE tentacle attack, I'm about to die. Or that. That might just flat out kill me. Yep. Okay, so take two. This is the only downside of my strategy for this fight. I'm a little at the mercy of RNG. Because Sabin is actually by far my strongest hitter, and he just hits whoever he feels like. A follow-up on the Masquerade Bloodlines rumination? No, I mean, I don't even know what I would do as a follow-up to that, honestly. I already did it. It's done. As far as other movies, I think Godfather Part 1 was requested, and I don't remember the other one. I'd have to look it up. Hang on. Let me look it up really quick. Where's my upcoming list? By the way, a lot of my like the next month of ruminations is up on my website, if you feel like looking at that. However, movie stuff... Okay, here it is. Pirates of the Caribbean 1 and Godfather Part 1. Those are the two movies that were requested this year. I'm pretty sure that's it. Double checking. Yep, that's it. So those are the only other two movie ruminations that are happening this year. So, which version of FF6 you should play? This version, Longsword, the GBA version. Now, if you do not have access to the GBA version, the phone version or the Steam version is acceptable. It is not optimal, but it is acceptable. I did know that Psychotic, and I'm embarrassed for him for that. God damn it. Time to start bringing up the big guns here. Oh, and yes, Jonah Trina, this is the patched GBA ROM with the SNES music in, which isn't actually the greatest. In fact, I kind of wish I'd just gone with the unpatched ROM, but whatever. I think he liked them. I don't know. There we go. Okay, next boss battle. Bye, Ultros, bye. Now time to fight the Air Force! Pun definitely intended. Well, it's not like... I mean... The patches aren't perfect anyways, so you gotta keep that in mind, too. Because the GBA just can't properly handle the SNES sound set. So there's like a little bit of static in the background and just a bunch of weird things like that. God damn it. Damn it! Ugh. Die already. No, not me. You. You know, I probably should have saved before this fight! It just occurred to me. Because this is gonna suck. See, yeah, now I gotta fight Chupon all over again. God damn it. I should... Remind me to save after I beat Chupon. This is kind of normal, having trouble at these fights. When you're really low level, these fights actually kind of suck. Yeah, I've actually never heard that opinion, Cyrus. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, it's just, I usually hear the exact opposite opinion. I myself prefer the original SNES music in almost every case. Although, again, I kind of wish I'd gone with the original GBA music for this version, instead of, patching it, but whatever. I am usually low level, yes. Okay. Save. Now that we've beaten those two. Whee! Okay, take two. Good luck, Joe Neutrino. That sounds incredibly dangerous. Hey, Takoida. Oh, good. We got the one I wanted. No, don't hit that. Well, whatever. Wait, you're supposed to run away and separate them, Psychotic? Yeah, that is a little bit wonky. Okay, so we're at... Let's do this. It's actually funny to me. I usually consider FF6 one of the easiest of the FFs. In hindsight, that's mostly just because I know the game inside and out. From people who have never played this game before, I have actually frequently heard that the game is quite rough. Okay, that's terrible. We're gonna make an attempt of this, guys. We're gonna fail, but we're gonna make an attempt of this. Nope, we're dead. Let's just do this again. Let's just rewind time. Hang on, I've got a few more seconds on my time turner here, as I'm plummeting through the air. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, that's not what I meant to do. Whatever. Let's just focus fire on that one. Yeah, like Dakota says, there's actually a huge amount of customization. I was asked Saturday, you know, why is it that I heap praise upon the combat of this game, despite the fact that it seems, on the surface, to be a typical JRPG combat. The truth is, it's not a typical JRPG combat. It offers a huge amount of variety in playstyle, and it is very intuitive, and it's very smooth. It's very, you know, there's very little aggravation in controlling the game, which is very important for a game like this. Not that I dislike the Dragon Quest series, but to use the Dragon Quest series as an example, in several of the Dragon Quests, even though you have a similar amount of options and stuff to do, it's usually really irritating to do it in any given fight, so you usually just auto-battle your way through fights in that game. At least I do. Okay, now we're in go time. Arthandalus can suck it. I'm just saying. Oh, okay, she lived, she lived. Get rid of it. Stupid frickin' missile bay. Go away. Go away. Ah! There we go. Okay. I need to heal up. It's actually a Magitech fortress, or at least it's supposed to be. But basically, yes. Hey, Nothrazim. Hey, Zawan. Yeah, okay. Oh, that sucks. No, there's one. But Azeroth is awesome. Oh, thank God. He was about to wipe me out. Okay, we did it. We have reached the hardest dungeon in the game. Whew. And also, one of the best dungeons in the game. Run to the save point. You talking about, like, the actual enemies, Jonatrina? Because I've had that problem, too. I know this is a really unpopular opinion, but I do not like Amano's art style, personally. And I feel that one of the reasons I have... Oh, I have 3 tents. Yeah, I'm level 16 and 17, by the way. Not the lowest I've ever been on the island, but really, really low. I should be considerably stronger than this. I haven't raised, like, any magic, either. I haven't been using my Magicite. In addition to being low level, in addition to the fact that I haven't gotten most of the relics I could be having right now. Now, the good news is I do actually have some things I can do here. Actually, why don't we do this? Anyways, the reason I bring up Amano's style is a lot of the enemy portraits, you know, the pictures of them in the enemy, in the battle area, are based off of Amano's drawings. They're not all based off of it, but quite a few of them are. It's not as bad as, say, FF5, where there's a lot of stuff that's just absolutely, genuinely disgusting looking, but FF6 has the same problem. In fact, I have often mentally considered the enemy sprites to be one of the other flaws of FF6. I can't really give that a flaw because that's pure opinion, but in my opinion, the, for lack of a better term, gross enemies that are here or there are another flaw of this game that I would wish were not in it. It's one of the very few FFs that actually has that problem with me, too. Let's give you the other one of these. So this is how I make Shadow useful, despite the fact that he's useless. Give him the Ward Bangle. Give him the... Alarm something. There, Alarm Earring. Put him in the back row. I put her in the back row too, while we're on the subject. And then give him Unicorn so he can learn Cura and be useful. I must remain objective. Sort of. I gotta remain objective on my favorite game of all time, guys. So, I don't remember if the Vanish Doom trick works in this version. We're gonna find out. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to level, because I only have a couple of other strategies for Atma Weapon. And they require a little bit more firepower. I'm very used to doing what I'm about to do. This has become my default strategy for the Floating Continent. The only things you cannot run from are ninjas throughout the course of the Floating Continent, so... Run! Run! Sprint shoes and run! Ah! Don't loot anything. None of the loot in this entire area is really worth it. That's a sword for Cyan that I just skipped, for example. And I actually have a better sword for Cyan. It's less damage, but it has a chance to proc an AoE air attack. It's the one you get in the Sealed Cave, and that is way better of a sword than the one on the Floating Continent. Floating Continent sword just hits harder. Whoop-de-doo. Almost nothing in this game is strong against air damage, so air damage is a very useful type of damage to use. Oops, wrong way, wrong way. Take away all of the flaws because of the Atma Weapon battle. Dude, I still to this day remember the first time I ever encountered Atma Weapon, and I was just like, oh my god! And he just annihilated me. And I'm like, yes! And I was excited, I was happy. I was like, yeah! He just wrecked me! That's awesome! Oh, jeez, behemoths. Run! Run! And Shadow's dead. It's okay. Shadow deserves to be dead, guys. Hey, friendoka. Wrong way! Oh, crap! Oh, crap. Okay, okay. Now, the good news, it took me a few years to actually really cognizant this, is that these guys actually have very low health. The bad news is that they can cheaply and quickly AoE your entire party. So you need to kill them very, very quickly. They also absorb bio. I didn't actually know that. Okay, good. He didn't throw... So these guys can throw skeins, which hit your entire party for fire, lightning, or water damage, which hurts like hell. And again, hits your entire party. And they can just chain fling those things. So ninjas, bad. Me and my friends used to say, you know, what's your most feared enemy in FF6? And for me, it was always ninjas, because of the Floating Continent, and because of just the nightmare that they are. Did I seriously just do that? Damn it. Anyways, I never really wished we could have faced Gestalt personally. I mean, Lord knows I hate the guy, because he's the most evil bastard in the game, in my opinion. But I will freely admit that Kefka is sufficiently awesome to make up for that. We were actually talking about that on Saturday. The idea that, you know, this place is warped and weird and we don't actually know why. I gave several predominant theories as to why this place is so wonky. Personally, I don't think this is actually fleshy. Nothing about it actually says fleshy to me. This more feels like just debris clumped together, like a... what's a good word? Like a dump, you know, like a garbage dump kind of a thing. Which always kind of makes sense in my head, because my personal pet theory is the fact that, and I've already mentioned why I like this, is that Kefka is the one who actually brought this thing up and actually started, you know, levitating it, and as a result, this place kind of warped to fit Kefka's mentality and mindset, and the place being a giant dump really, really fits Kefka's mindset. Yeah, exactly, Joe. In fact, all I gotta say about that is Kefka's Tower, which is literally a dump yard, a junkyard that has just had all the junk of the world shoved together. A perfect demonstrability of Kefka's mindset right there. It could be molded into an organic shape. I'm not actually sure, Dakota, like I said. I'm very curious if we ever get a proper remake of this place, what this is supposed to act... Oh, crap, ninjas. What this is supposed to actually look like. Hi, Dragoon. I'm getting really good ninja luck so far. Only 2 ninja encounters and they haven't been flinging skeins at me. That's actually really good. One of the most common theories, and what is actually probably the truth, is the fact that this place is just so wonky because it's a magical island that shouldn't be. It is literally an alien environment, and that's the extent of it. Let's get a save it now that I'm all the way in here. Oh. It's funny you asked that, Dragoon. If you'd asked me that question a long time ago, I would have said yes. Although I'm only 9 hours in. Back in the SNES era, it was a little easier to buy a game being 9 hours long than it is nowadays. Structurally, this does feel like the end of the game. I mean, it's kind of been built up to this. These are my second most hated enemies in the game, and the only reason why is because they cast Stop. That's like all they do of significance. They either hit you for 1,000 damage, or they smirk, and it casts Stop on you. And they have an extremely high chance in their AI to cast Smirk. It's kind of silly. You can make a Dragoon, though, Nothrizem. It's just terrible compared to other Dragoons. Okay. Now, I'm not going to praise the game. This doesn't count as praise for the game. But one of the things that's awesome about this section is that there's a lot of different enemies here who are different types of difficulty. Like, instead of just having enemies that have lots of health and hit hard, you have enemies that do, like, percentage damage. You have enemies that do status effect damage. You have enemies that cast blue magic. You have enemies that have lots of health and hit hard. The behemoths are the best example of that. You have enemies that do lots of counterattacks. You have enemies that coordinate well when working with other enemies, and so forth and so on. There's a good variety here. And it helps make it actually challenging as opposed to just artificially challenging. You have enemies you can't run from. There's a scroll. Yeah, you see how hard those scrolls hit? We may literally be about to die as a result of that scroll right now. Oh, thank God it landed. That was just pure RNG luck right there. Okay. Good news, I have lots of Phoenix Downs. Alright, time to find out if the Vanish Doom trick works in the GBA version, guys. Because if it doesn't, I am screwed. My name is Atma. I am both ancient and unrivaled. I do not bleed, for I am but strength given form. Feeble creatures of flesh, your time is nigh! Really? Oh, there it is. God, I'm just blind. Oh God! It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, now I gotta think. I can't. Okay, Yeah, Ninja Gaiden, Dakota. Okay, I have a strategy. It's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Biggest threat is going to be his flares. Oh, thank God I got it in time. I was going to say, I need to have that runic up for his flares, or I am screwed. Good news is, the flare animation is forever, so it actually gives me a chance to refresh everyone's attack. So he's got like 30,000 health, I want to say, something like that. 20,000, 25,000. He's got a lot, is what I'm trying to say. So this might be rough. Oh, barely got it in time again. Jeez Louise. The game's even lagging, trying to process the power of flare. Or nuke, if you've played FF4 on the SNES version. In my head, I remember 30,000-ish, which means it's probably around that number. But... damn! Can't absorb blaze. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. I'm willing to blow X potions on this guy. Good news is I have a lot of damage that ignores my level right now. Drill, Aura Beam, and Shurikens. It's pretty much the only reason my Shadow's awesome. I have no idea, Dakota. You'll have to ask them. Ugh! Because Flare does lots of damage. What? I had Runic up! I had Runic up! Damn it! So anyways. Thinking. Yeah, Runic might just not grab Quake. I don't actually know. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. Do I have... I do! Is it winning right now, is it one? Okay. I have a strategy. The strategy is... By the way, speaking of ugly creatures, look at those things. The gutsy skeleton spine hanging out things. I mean, those things would look really, really gross in full 3D. Gotta be honest, I'd probably tone down some of the monsters in my own proper remake, just because there's several things that are just really, really gross looking in this game. A little bit too much gutsy and grossy for me. Ah, god damn it! Okay. Oh, you son of a Submariner. Hey, Spellclubbin. It's the worst, Spellclubbin. Especially since I'm playing the version where I can't Vanish Doom. And I'm having to adapt new strategies on the fly. I have a strategy, I have no idea if it's gonna frickin' work or not. Sorry, but that's what you do when you have total power, Zalon, is you censor other people for your own whims. Seriously, though, I just... With all legitimacy, I don't see the purpose of gross being in Final Fantasy VI. The FF series, in general, has never needed gross, in my opinion. It's... most of the horror elements of the FF series that are well done or interesting tend to be more interesting when they're more inferred or psychological or intelligent or whatever. In my opinion, of course. There are several very horrifying, very dark things in the FF series. Do they need to be, you know, pus-ridden monsters with organs billowing out in amidst a sea of blood and eyeballs to be horrifying? Why not just remove that and make it horrifying, you know? And yeah, FF5 is way worse, in all sincerity. 10 kind of toes the line. Wish me fortune, guys. By the way, hi, Blue Robles. Feeble creatures, go! Alright. I'm actually due to some damage tests really quick, so forgive me. Normally I'd just do this across several turns, but shrug. That's what I thought. Okay. Just verifying. Yeah! And Shadow's dead. God damn it. That was terrible. I need him up. I need him up. Nothing for it. I also need you to runic. Literally need you to runic. It doesn't matter because he blazes. God damn it. Okay, fine. Okay, hang on. Let's rewind time a second. Before Shadow died and screwed up everything. Damn it, Shadow! Why are you consistently terrible? God damn it! Really? Personally, I don't think any of those are the best mage in FF history. I mean, they're good. That's a very debatable question, Dr. Nimbus, because I imagine a lot of people actually wouldn't like Crusader Kings 2. It is very user-unfriendly. Barrier to entry, that's the word. It's got a high barrier to entry. Well, also, it sounds like you're limiting our choices to, Sure, go ahead, Dragoon. Oh, that hurt! Oh, that hurt. That is the hurt. Yes, Vivi is in FF9, and he is actually pretty damn awesome. See you around, Dragoon, apparently. No! Well, that's game over. Okay, back to the beginning of the fight. Let's try and upset the RNG a little bit, shall we? I have no idea, Dr. Nimbus. God damn it, he is not being cooperative at all right now. 700 billion, roughly. And Sabin is dead. Yeah, Sabin is dead. God damn it. The kind I mentioned, Blue Rollers. You know, the kind that isn't gross and disgusting. That's game over. But the kind that makes you think and horrifies you based on the thought processes that are coming out as a result of that. Okay, okay. New strategy. I got this, guys. Secretly, I don't got this at all. Seriously, I am ultra screwed. Alright, who's dead? Celes is dead! Well, that's acceptable, I suppose. Hey, Aethel. Did I ever decide? Yeah, whatever. Boom! Super dead. I'm gonna do some damage tests while I'm dying anyways. Still lower. Yep, okay, that's what I thought. Alright, rewind time! Okay. Now that I know the most possible damage output I can put out in a given turn, I'm just going to do that every turn. And DPS rush his face, because I don't know what else to do. The only other possibility here is to go level, and I am trying to avoid that. I do love this song, at least, so that's nice. I've always liked the idea of what I call a big boss song, no relation to Metal Gear intended. In other words, a boss battle, except, you know, a large boss battle, a serious boss battle. I doubt gravity would even hit him, but you know what? I'll make a secondary save and test it in a minute here, Dakota. I mean, if Vanish isn't going to land on him in this room. Ugh. Secondary save. Gravity. Nope. Yeah, it didn't work. Let's see if I can runic Quake. Or Meteor, which is not actually a spell, and therefore I can't runic it. Quick, we gotta manipulate the RNG. Which we did! Yes! We did it! We manipulated the RNG to survive another round. Go team! I'm gonna spend a round just recovering here. He's not even at his I'm gonna cast my ultimate spell phase yet, so we got a moment to try and make this work. Really wish I had good AoE healing at this phase, but I... Ugh! Oh, wow, he dodged it. Go! Go! It's a sign! It's a sign! Nuke him! Shoot her! Shoot her! We're all dead! Oh, wow, we're not. We're not dead. Keep shooting her! Get other people up! Hi! And... Oh, That actually is much better than I was expecting. So say that's a status effect Doom one. Do you have Unicorn? No, you have Meduin. Do Meduin! Let's see what Meduin does. I'm just trying stuff out at this point. Let's see what sticks, shall we? Yeah, it's not gonna do anything. Oh, crap! He's on his I'm about to kill you phase. He's ready to kill us. Sleeping. Wake up from sleeping. Remedy, just go. Get up. I need every ounce of damage right now. Remedy did not work. God damn it. Whatever. We'll do it live! Screw it! There's no point in healing. He will destroy me if he gets off the mega attack. Thank you. Whoops. No! That's actually worse! Go back to sleep, Shadow! God damn it! Yeah, we're dead. So yeah, that's the end. Okay, quick. Gotta manipulate. Gotta manipulate the RNG. Very important. Okay. Whoa! Okay, that's actually much worse than last time. Hang on. Manipulate the RNG. Manipulate the RNG. Cure! Let's see what that does to the RNG. What are you gonna do now? Bio to... just Celes. Okay, you know what? I'm okay with that. Celes is dead. And then she'll be up in a second. Hey Alexia, welcome to I'm really underleveled and making it up as I go, the game. Death doesn't even have a chance to hit. Unless he's... At least I don't think it does. I'm actually not 100% sure of that. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that clutch block. That man. Okay, so now he's gonna do this thing. Again. Wooga 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 wooga. This could be much worse, because it's kind of random. Yeah, technically I need to add another praise. Okay, that's horrible! Zombie stop and sleep. Yeah, that's a game over. Okay. That's a game over. It's okay. It's very easy to level in the World of Ruin. Screw it. Let's just cure up. Just take a second here. Because he's about to fire to all of us in a second here. Come on. Block! No, or die! That's okay too! Nobody likes you, Shadow. That's not true. Shadow's actually really overpowered for speedruns. But whatever. Okay, back to DPS mode, because we're past that now. Wait, no, now he's gonna fire to all of us, and he's gonna kill Shadow again. Crap. Yep, here it comes. Goodbye, Shadow. Nobody loves you. Okay. This is it, guys. Moment of truth. Doom, Berserk, and oh my god. Okay. And now he's about to cast Flare Star. Quick! Snap out of it! Shoot! Okay. I don't actually dislike Shadow. I'm just making fun. The problem is you don't really given a chance to actually properly gear up or spell up or anything, Shadow, until you get to the island, until you're on the floating continent, and then it's like, well, God damn it, in the face. I accept defeat. Ah. Okay. Lurker, could I ask you to do me a favor? If I can't, that's fine. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to have a calculator up, and I want you to just input the I want you to keep track of the damage I'm doing to him. I want to see his health bar, basically. I want to see how close I'm getting. So I'm going to make another solid attempt here. See how much damage I am doing to him. And, yeah. So... I'll wait until you're ready. And now I gotta wait for Twitch lag. Wait, hang on. I'll decide via coin if I should be insane or not. Should I do bravery strats? Lower bravery? Anybody? Coin says I should. Fun fact, quite a few speedrunners actually do exactly this when fighting certain bosses in RPGs. They have a second person who is literally keeping track of the damage, and every now and again the speedrunner will be like, what's their damage at? Because in some bosses do certain different types of attacks depending on where they're at in damage, or, some bosses do, it's like you need to have this much damage, you need to get it done in 3 turns, you need to do these attacks, that kind of a thing. Okay. No, it's not the coin Edgar uses. Alright, I'm gonna assume everyone's ready. Let's do this. Hey, Myron. Welcome to your doom. I can call him out if that helps. 926. 891. 623. 917. 949. Edgar's dead. Does it really follow? Wait, what are you talking about? Yeah, Edgar's dead, as I mentioned. 657. $903. Seven's dead, probably. Yeah, Seven's totally dead. $891. 854. God damn it. I'm really falling behind. 518. Oh, I know what you're talking about, follow-up. Yeah, never mind. Who's dead? Who's dead? Okay, that's acceptable. Please don't AoE with your next attack. I want to make a backup save here. As long as he doesn't AoE, I'm kind of got a little bit of momentum I could push for the rest of this here. I need her damage. I'll do a little shadow. $922. $882. I'm dead. I'm mega dead. I'm not dead. But if he's still got 13,000, excuse me, health left, then I am not even halfway through him yet. I'm not doing anywhere near the kind of damage I need to be to making this. Yeah. Damn it. Okay. Can't run away! Yeah, I'm not doing nearly enough damage by the time I'm falling behind. So... No, I'm not even halfway there by the time I'm completely fallen behind. So, I am nowhere near. I thought if I was getting close, like within a couple thousand, I could make that. But I can't. I actually need the level. Damn it. Okay, let me think about this for a moment. We'll leave you on Unicorn. Put you there. Since that's worthless, we'll put you... Ooh, that's actually a tough one. We'll put you there. And that's also worthless. What? Need to go out? Well, if you don't need to go out, then leave me alone. Try haste. Dakota, I don't know if you're aware, but 3 of my characters have haste shoes on. I know you can't slow them before you ask. Honestly, I think I agree with that reasoning. Let's go ahead and put him on that, actually. And put him on this. Hang on. Let's see what the dog wants. You know, I'm not sure, Dr. Nimbus. I don't know how to answer that question. Zawon, what do you like about Paradox Interactive? I deflect the question to someone else. Settle in, guys, because, it's time to grind. Keep in mind, these regular trash enemies are still incredibly deadly to me because I'm level frickin' like 16 or whatever. The good news is these things drop tons of everything. Tons of MP, tons of X. Is that rain? That is loud rain. I am on the floating floating continent. Let's see. Oh crap! Okay, we lived. God, I only have like 2 tents too, so we've already gained a level. Yay! So one of the things I tend to do as a strategy here is I have characters that are intended to never use their mana in combat, and who I go out of my way to learn healing spells on them so they use their healing spells out of combat. It's an extremely inefficient way to heal in combat, but it doesn't matter out of combat. And I only mention that because it's one of those things that the game never really tells you can do that really helps smooth out the difficulty curve. That's not a bad answer as a one, but now I find myself thinking, what do I enjoy about Paradox games? Because I do enjoy Paradox games. What do I enjoy about Paradox games? I mean, granted, they are pretty much the definition of grand strategy. But, I mean, Stellaris, you know? I love Stellaris. It's among my favorite... Well, it's the dog. 4X / grand strategy games, like, of recent memory. I'm sorry, Fallout Bear? I don't know what to say to that. Well, I mean, it's probably the whole Tetris thing, Fallout, as I've said many times. And I just realized I actually only have, like, 35 more ninja stars. I am desperately low on supplies up here. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. It's okay, I am geared specifically to do more, like, I'm specifically leveling with the Espers and setup to be better for the Atma fight. As soon as I get over the Atma fight, I'm done, I'm good. It's cool. But getting through that Atma fight is going to be hell. Oh, Jesus. Ugh! Speedrunners do Vanish Doom to kill Ultima, or Atma. Or they break rods on his face. Because rods are actually really overpowered in this game. See, there's actually... Well, I hesitate to call it a bug, because it's not a bug. But, basically, there is a feature in rods that they basically do max damage despite other variables. They basically bypass some of the magic damage equation, and they just wreck things. So, to explain what I mean by this, if I cast Ice 2 on something, like cast a spell, it'll go through the whole formula and do, say, this is made up numbers, 1,000 damage. If I break an Ice Rod on it, which will do the effect of Ice 2, it'll do like 9,000 damage to something. So, rods are insane. Actually, 9,000 is a bit of exaggeration. It's probably more like 5,000. But the point is, it does a lot more. I still have a few Phoenix Downs. We'll blow those for now. Never blow your tents until you're out of MP. Yeah, we're up to level 18. Surely that's enough to beat Atma, right? Oh yeah, that's the other thing people do to kill Atma. Joker Doom. Hang on, I'm just looking up something because I'm curious. You can steal a ribbon from Atma Weapon. I didn't know that. I've never tried to steal from him. Wow. When it gets below 6,000 health, it just starts countering attacks with Flare. Chance to counter, I should say. One and three. Okay, Yes, Tigzar, that is true. The only benefit to killing its MP instead of its HP is it never triggers its second phase or its third phase, so it basically stays the same difficulty the whole time. So Fallout Bear, I don't know what your availability is. The best version, by far, is the GBA version. However, if you do not have access to the GBA version for whatever reason, then the next best version would probably be the phone/Steam version, even though it's actually kind of crap. If I'm going to do the rod version, I need money to go buy the rods. But it's okay, I get like 2,000 every battle here, so... a couple more battles. Wow, that's a bad formation. No one would ever recommend that version, Luxia. Don't be ridiculous. You know, I don't usually do the rod strategy, so I actually don't know how much the rods cost. I will have to figure that out. I could technically save state my way to that, figure it out. It is the same sound effect, yes, Luxia. How much money do I have? Well, I got... I want a little more cash before I go forward with this. Well, thank you, Benoth. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you'll like the Hobbit stuff, even though I imagine nobody will. Oh, that's a fun formation. Okay. It's whatever. I'm mostly here for money. Levels are secondary at this point. Biggest flaw is the encounter rate, by a huge margin. Honestly, it's actually the only big flaw. Now, there is a bigger flaw, or excuse me, there is a flaw for me, in addition to that, which is the gross enemies thing I mentioned earlier. But, and as I'd explained, it's not just preference, it's the fact that I legitimately feel it's unnecessary. Pearl is the best rod, but I can't actually buy those. I can only buy rods in Thamasa right now. And I believe I can buy 4 rods. It should be Blizzard Rod, Fire Rod, Thunder Rod, and Gravity Rod, if I'm not mistaken. Which, speaking of which, I actually need to buy a couple of Gravity and Fire Rods as well. Oh god, run! Run, run, run. No, actually, Jason Bauer, I did not. I'm sorry, Golvarg. Speaking of which, that reminds me. I praised it earlier, and I never gave it the extra praise for that, so... praise. It's a little praise, so it gets a little eye. different than what I expected? That's a very unusual question. Better? They were better than I expected? I don't know. I don't actually know how to answer that question. Okay, apparently we're just killing the behemoth now. Got it. Ugh! Oh, wow. That block. That should have one-shot Sabin. Well, like I said, Benoth, or at least I meant to say, I never really 100% defined what the hell was up with that look. Ugh, yeah, okay. Oh, it didn't kill him. Holy crap. Stop killing... Okay, fine, whatever. Kill the behemoth. Bonus question, for anybody who cares. Can anyone tell me what the most experience and MP and gold that you can get from a single enemy is in the whole of the World of Balance, which includes the floating continent? That should be enough kill. What do I like about Blizzard Entertainment? I'd say everything, but that would be a damn lie. They do plenty of things wrong. God damn it. Someone hit the caps lock at some point. I don't know how to answer that. For all their flaws, Blizzard games are universally high quality for me. Even if they're games that are not particularly my style or something that I'm interested in, they are still high quality games, you know. Blizzard also goes out of its way to continue to support games, and they're one of the very few companies out there that goes out of their way to actually admit they're wrong and apologize for when they made mistakes. I mean, what I expected from Witcher 3 was, ugh, another Witcher game, and it wasn't, so make of that what you will. Okay, so let's, like, do several saves here. Oops, oops, oops. I mean, I love the art department. I know this is a weird thing to pull out specifically, but the art department at Blizzard Entertainment is amazing. It is goddamn amazing. They consistently and persistently do absolutely amazing, astonishing visual design. There's a lot of visual storytelling in Blizzard games. All Blizzard games. God damn it, I hate you. Smirk. Smirk. They don't even have that much HP. They have the least HP of anything on this island. Oh, nobody answered my earlier question. The enemy that gives the most exp and gil and MP in Until the World of Ruin is actually the dragon-type enemy, which is the most rare enemy on the floating continent. And what's funny is they're actually quite easy, except for the fact that they have the possibility when they get into low health of counterattacking with Snort. As in the same thing Chupon uses, which just removes you from the battlefield. And they can and will do that as their last attack sometimes, which will actually make it so you kill the dragon and then get no benefit from killing it. Yeah, that's great, Shadow. That's great. Nobody loves you. Goodbye. Hey, Black Salamander. Of course, absurdity. I mean, that's been true for years, for many different things. Okay. I did not know that, Black Salamander, no. No, Tigzar. Not unless it's like, ugh. Which occasionally it is, but it usually isn't. Oh, there are many worse companies than EA, in my opinion, Golvag. Many worse. Without even getting into companies that are actively participating in truly horrific and evil acts, I can name you a company that is still worse than EA, Bank of America. Yeah, Warner Brothers is another good one. CBS, while we're on the subject. No, I have not spell clubbing, and hopefully I never will. God willing. Do I not have... I don't. Hang on, I need to look up something. Give me a second. Okay, Fallout. Good luck. Okay. I need to check out tentacles. And I have 3 of those, that's good. No, it's Blizzard Absurdity. There is a difference. So I need 3 of these. No, I need 4 of these, actually. And then I need a lot of these. We're just gonna completely fill up on Thunder Rods and hope that's enough. Hey, Benoth. Welcome to Nothing Beating Being Done. I'd like to say I know that feeling, but I don't. Alright, take 2. How about the party I have on me? No? Okay, fine. I haven't been keeping track of Absurdity, so I'm not sure. I wonder if I can just ignore Shadow. Bye, Shadow. I really shouldn't. I need the extra body against Atma, so fine. I wonder what happens if you just ignore Shadow. Does he just show up? I don't think I've ever done that. Run! Don't be ninjas! Oh, God! It's okay, it's not a ninja. We're good. Shadow's health compared to everyone else's is hilarious. No! The second worst thing to ninjas. No! God damn it! Goodbye, Shadow! Goodbye forever! Yes and no, respectively, Golvag. Do I even have smoke bombs? Eh. Oh, thank God he's dead. The rest of the party's like a mile away by now. Got lost where I was for a second there. God damn it. Fine. Fine. Die. Well, or don't die. That's also okay. Ah, damn it. Hey, Rodden. What's up? Oh, double scroll. Ow. Run away! Run away! Run away! You son of a... Die! I didn't buy any tents, did I? It's okay, I got this, guys. Yeah, it's a Soten reference. It would probably sound more relatable out loud, longsword. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It is not by my hand that I am once again given flesh.
Okay, I don't know why that turned into Yoda.
I was brought forth by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal people's souls and make them your slaves. And fight ninjas.
What is a man but a bit of a little pile of secrets?
Just do whatever, Celes. You're so worthless in this battle.
Dracula, I am, yes.
Ah, Soten. You know what? I think I do have some smoke bombs. Oh, there they are. I have 52 smoke bombs. Let's just get the hell out of here, shall we? I know full well what happens with CEOs, Golvag. Thank you. Why is that even coming up? At what point have I looked at CEOs and said, "You are clearly the enemy of all humanity"? I mean, hell's bells, man. Where's that coming from? You obviously weren't here when I gave that speech about how a CEO has no real information to use in order to run their company. Yeah, I can just run from this one. There has not been a lore run of any Castlevania game, no. I'm not sure I could do a lore run of the Castlevanias. They didn't really start having a story until Lament of Innocence, really. Die, CEOs! You don't belong in this world! I'm gonna go ahead and smoke on this one. Oh, gotcha. I was gonna say, Golvag, what the hell, man? What'd I do? Oh yeah, what'd I do? What is a lore run? A miserable little pile of secrets. Sorry. Alright, wish me luck, guys. Legit. We're gonna go ahead and try and cheese the crap out of Atma. And if this doesn't work, we will have to legitimately sit down and level, which is the last thing I want to do here. Okay, legitimately, a lore run is when you play through a game and you discuss all of the story and the character development and the making of and go in depth into the culture and the setting, the backstory, and just really analyze a game live as you're playing through it. That's what a lore run is. It's where I get my name, the lore runner. I was gonna say, let's see some lore braveries or some lore no blocks here. Come on. For those of you who have the plugin, or just over there in the chat. Okay, let's do a last minute cure up. I have not done any Pokemon lore runs, no. Pokemon is a difficult series to lore run. Okay, backup save right here. I have always been against blocking, Zoan. It's against my religion. Lore no block. This is pretty much the strategy. Now that I've got it signed up, I'm just holding down A. Not to be lazy, but because it's the fastest possible method to input, and I need to get every single frame of input I can here. Because, oh, Jesus Christ! Well, I got him to phase 2. Okay. Block! Alright, hang on. It's time to recover. Let's actually start to recover here. He's in phase 3. I can tell by his attack things. He's going to do fire red to everyone here in a second. 1 or 2 attacks, I'm not sure. This looks like 2 attacks. This is going to be very close. It's okay. Because her attack, she has the highest stat right now, so hers... There we go! Okay, we did it! I was gonna say, I was 1 or 2 of his actions away from just completely being annihilated. Okay, Rod Strat for the win. And that, by the way, is why rods are considered broken. There's actually a specific category for speedrunning this game without rods. Because of how broken rods are. I think that demonstrates it quite well, because I did that first try after failing miserably, like, however many times across load stating and load stating. I'm not sure there's any flaws in the upcoming cutscene. This is one of the greatest cutscenes in gaming history, in my opinion. This whole extended event here. From here until Celes' suicide attempt, actually. It's just, this whole thing is just amazing. It doesn't count as praise. Oh, well. Look who's here. So you all came to die together again. Well, you're just in time. Behold, the Warring Triad. Oh, what power! I've got goosebumps. Brigesto, please stop this madness. Instead of stopping the madness, I'll just attack you! How's that for a reasoned response? Celes, child. You alone are special. Why don't I give you and Kefka the task of creating progeny to populate my new Magitech Empire for the Horde? Oh, sorry, I just kind of strayed there for a second. Kill the others, and we'll forgive your treachery! Take this sword! Kill them all! That's an interesting question, Luxia. I would say both very weak and very strong compared to the other characters. See, here's the thing. Geshtal knows very powerful magic. However, he is a withered old man. He's basically the Tella of this game, effectively. Sure, he's got ridiculously powerful spells at his behalf, but if anything reaches him, he's dead. Geshtal is the definition of a glass cannon. Celes, together we will rule the world. Power only breeds war. Now, I actually like the English translation of this better. The English translation says, power only breeds war. I wish I'd never been born. Geshtal, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy! If you're not with me, you're against me. Blood? Blood! Blood! You vicious brat! You know, you really are a stupid, vicious, arrogant, whiny, pampered, backstabbing, worthless little brat! Gods! You were born only to fight. Now is your time. I implore you, show me your power! Ow! Let me in here! Now listen to me. No more playing games. I command you. Show me your power. Kefka, stop. If you revive them, they'll destroy the very world we want to rule. There's no value in that. Shut up! Kefka, are you mad? Mad? Emperor Geshtal, what are you saying? This is the perfect band to show them the power of the Warring Triad. Oh, Kefka, you poor hopeless thing. I'm afraid you leave me no choice. No hard feelings now. I'm just going to use this power you've unleashed to put you to sleep. What's so funny? Very well. I suppose it's only fitting you go out laughing. Faraga! And notice he starts off with one of the strongest spells that we haven't even seen yet. Flare! Now we just saw that with Atma. No, Jason Bauer. I mean, I'm looking. Legitimately. And then he actually casts frickin' Murton, which we've never even heard of before. It's called Meltdown in this version, but yeah. Arguably the strongest spell in the game. Just not the most useful spell in the game. How? How are you doing this? And then, I love it, Kefka just kicks him. How, you ask? Well, by standing at the center of the Warring Triad, of course. They absorb all the magic that is sent their way. Or hadn't you noticed? Triad. Your first victim has stepped forward. Show this useless old man your true power.
I said, show him your power! Yeah.
Incredible. Can't you do any better than that? You're way off. Where are you aiming? No, more to the right. Run, run, or you'll be well done. Bullseye! Kick. Kick. Oh dear. Well, I guess I was a bit hasty in calling you a useless old man before. Now you're useless. The world is about to learn the meaning of fear. I'm not sure which line I like better for Geshtal's final words. In the original English version, he says, "There will be no one left to worship us." And there you can see, the world is about to learn the meaning of fear. I like both of those final lines. I'm not sure which I like better. Yeah, exactly, McIngram. Trying really hard not to praise this scene anymore, but yes, basically. I suppose the closest thing I could think of to a flaw is the nitpick in the fact that Shadow is able to do this for some reason. And for some reason, that gets rid of the barrier that was holding us. Like, we could do something in a proper remake to kind of make that scene make a little bit more sense in terms of blocking, in terms of directing. As is, it's just kind of, for some reason, that works. Have you seen Goddess, Joe Neutrino? Based on what I know, no, Tigzer. Oh yeah, right, hang on, make sure, yep, okay. I was actually thinking about flawing this scene, and then I thought about it, and then I changed my mind because of reasons I can't say out loud. Well, the statue, there's nothing special about moving the... Okay, let me phrase this properly. Anybody could move the statues as long as you had the physical strength to move a statue. That's not the unique part. The unique part is the fact that the statues perfectly positioned themselves so that their power was flowing into each other. So his power is flowing in... Poltergeist's power is flowing into Demon, or Doom, excuse me. Doom's power is flowing into Goddess. Goddess's power is flowing into Poltergeist. And just whoosh, like that. Thus, anybody who has the physical strength to move a statue would then be capable of upsetting that balance and causing what's about to happen. So, theoretically, I mean, Shadow is more than capable of moving the statues. That's not really the flaw. It's just... He just kind of comes in out of nowhere, rescue style, Rescue Ranger style. And then, honestly, my biggest complaint is the fact that that completely gets rid of the barrier that's been holding us in place. He is a ninja. I actually picture in a a full 3D proper remake situation, Shadow literally just kind of slipping in all of a sudden out of nowhere and then sliding up and then shoving the statue up against Kefka while he's completely unawares. Because that makes a little more sense. Kefka being caught unawares by someone who is more skilled than him, yeah, I could see that. And, like, maybe have a little side cutscene where the raw magic of the statues is Rick starts ricocheting further and further out of control, and it destabilizes the barrier holding the other two, and then they're like, ah, and they get up and they're fine. You know, that kind of a situation. Speaking of which, remember I mentioned the high encounter rate? This is one of the very few situations in which the high encounter rate is, like, actively bad. There's another one that's actually not that far from now, too, where you've got a timer and the high encounter rate just artificially makes the timer harder than it should be. I have no idea, Notherson. That would be such a completely different story that I don't even know where to go with that. How do you know the barriers would fail? He didn't, I would imagine. However, it is my presumption that he wasn't even thinking that far ahead, to be blunt. Shadow was... It's easy to say that Shadow was nearby and spying in, and therefore would be cognizant of the fact that moving the statues is a bad thing, and therefore would know that now that the statues are moved, stuff has gotten real. But, I think his only mentality going into that was pin Kefka. Which is exactly what he does. Quick backup save. Sometimes this boss gives me trouble. Not even a boss, it's a mini-boss. It was Mick Ingram. That is actually true. Still irritates me. I don't think Shadow moving the statue made anything better or worse. Everything was already destabilizing and going to hell. Yeah, Thunder Rod for the win, by the way. Wait. Gotta wait for Shadow. Backup save. And now we sit here for 3 minutes. Stretch. Oh, this is a very dangerous, tense situation. Oh, I meant to say something. Saturday I was talking about how I would do the death of General Leo. And I mentioned, probably Blitz, Tigzar. Blitz are tools. I mentioned how one of the things I would have was have him stab General Leo from behind, like right into the, right into his shoulder blades. And then as his grin just slowly starts growing, he just stab, 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 stab. I've changed my mind. What I want is for him to grin like I would, you know, the director speak, and I'm talking to the actors like, okay, I want you to grin as if this is really awesome, like you're really enjoying this, and then you slowly start to realize that you're actually not enjoying this at all, that this is boring, and you keep stabbing more and more angrily into his back because you're trying to make it fun and you're failing, and it's pissing you off how this is boring, stabbing General Leo to death. And so his face kind of goes from glee to dulldom to boredom, and then to flat out anger. How many of you wigged out, by the way, on this and ended up losing Shadow because you chickened out? Anyone want some wasabi peas? It's okay, they're not really wasabi, because we don't have wasabi. Instead, these are actually horseradish peas. Still good. I think I did that on my second playthrough, too. It wasn't until my third playthrough I was like, okay. You just leave, Goldbug. Because the timer's getting so low. And I don't know about you guys, but I had a hell of a time fighting Atma the first time I fought him. He wrecked me. So I didn't want to lose the last, like, 30 minutes of my life. And, you know, it doesn't actually tick over until 5 seconds until the end, Goldbug. So I was like, oh god, it's like 10 seconds left. It's like, oh god, when is he gonna show up? Yeah, 5 seconds is when he shows up. Now, I gotta be honest, with a really good team of directors, team of art designers, and CGI artists, this scene would be amazing. It's already amazing, as is, but imagine this in full 3D awesome. Notice, by the way, returners and Imperial troops together in that scene. And there goes Kappa the Imp. Rip Kappa. One thing I envision in my proper remake of this, I'd have to actually see if it sounds proper, is as, you know, the destruction is happening and as the ship is tearing apart and you hear the rock being torn apart, very distantly in the background you just hear Kefka laughing, just non-stop. So quietly, you're not even supposed to notice it unless you're really paying attention. You're supposed to wait for Shadow, though. Like, if you jump before Shadow, you permanently lose Shadow. He is dead. And never comes back. Oh, I know, right, Luxia? Ugh. Like I said, Nightdawn, I'd have to hear what it actually sounds like. See if it actually sounds like I would envision it or not. No, I'm letting Sid die, by the way, just as a heads up. In fact, I'm going to watch him die. You mean aside from the giant Ultima explosions radiating out, Digzar? Yeah, the GBA screws up the timing on several of the songs. It's one of the flaws of the GBA version in particular. We've never had a remake of any real sort of FF6. We've only ever had ports, and all of them have a flaw. The GBA has the timing and the music flaws, and technically some other flaws regarding camera positioning, which aren't a huge deal. The Steam version and phone version's flaws are so obvious I don't even need to point them out. The PS1 flaw is, again, fairly obvious. I don't even need to point it out. Oh yeah, speaking of which, flaw. So we're supposed to believe that Celes is in a coma for a year, and Cid just somehow takes care of her despite her being in a coma for a year, with no medical equipment, with no magical equipment, with no anything. Limitations of the time, Tigzar. Picture it like this. Here's the ship, right? Here's the complete ship, and then as the explosion is going up like this and hitting it like this. I'm also tempted to flaw the fact that she's in a coma for literally exactly a year. A year to the day. I mean, the rest of this scene makes sense. Everyone else committing suicide, you know, because... So, they don't really emphasize this, but there were other people on this island other than the two of them, and bit by bit they all committed suicide. You know, plants withering, animals waste away. The other people here all gave up hope. One after the next, they flung themselves from the northern cliffs in despair. Cid, of course, dying at this point in time, again, makes sense. The only thing that doesn't make sense is that Celes is just fine and in good health after spending a year in a coma. I was actually thinking about Tigzar. I like to do little background events in my directing if I can. So one thing I would like to do is, like, as they're literally plummeting from the ship, I like the idea of Terra. You just see Terra casting a spell as they're falling, like in the background, just barely, only if you're paying attention. And then you can infer from that what you want. Yeah, Luxia is correct. No matter what you do, people will hate on a proper remake. So, here's how this works. Every few seconds, there's basically Cid effectively has health. Every second that passes, or every 3 seconds or every 6 seconds, I forget the tick, but every period of time, of live time spent playing the game, his health ticks downwards. Every time you give him certain types of fish, his health goes down further, or the good kind of fish, his health goes up. So the best way to get him to die is to watch him and stare at him as he slowly dies. I swear I'm not morbid. Carrot? Honestly, Luxia, have you already seen the fanbase's reaction to it? It's not even out yet. People are already bashing all over it. So how would you explain the year, Night Dawn? Oh, I know it is, Luxia. You're right. And he's dead. So, as much as I hate watching Cid die, the hard truth is, this fits the game so much better in so many ways. This is the darkest moment in the entire game, really, on a very personal level. Cid has quite literally sacrificed his life to keep you alive, and you are on a single island, with nothing else, with no one else. You are utterly and completely alone. As far as you know, there's not even a rest of the world out there. Or at least, I should say, as far as she is aware, there's not even a rest of the world out there. And then Celes' theme plays. This is actually only the second time in the game that Celes' theme plays, by the way. So the first thing Celes finds out, after waking up, after having lost horrifically to an enemy that they have no power to match, she loses everything. Freaks out completely, runs to the cliff. Now the best part is, she doesn't just try to commit suicide. She hesitantly commits suicide. Regretfully. In fact, I would argue one of the only reasons she actually survives this is because of the fact that she didn't commit to it. She basically just falls here. Honestly, wouldn't you do the same in her position? And she even cries as she falls. Now, the other reason I feel like this is far better for the overall tone and pace of the game is because Celes is the impetus for the World of Ruin. Like, all of it, basically. Like, all of the good things that happen. Rejuvenating Setzer and Edgar and getting the party back together, that all comes from Celes. If it wasn't for her, and for her burgeoning belief in hope, and in healing the wounds that have happened, none of that would have happened. She never would have reached out. What? She never would have reached out, and she never would have managed to get the entire World of Ruin section going. She is the first domino. And the only reason that that works is because she already knows what it's like to be at rock bottom. Only someone who knows what rock bottom really is can truly give hope to others who have already sunk into despair. Also, there's a pet theory several people have that Palador actually nursed her back to health, that she would have died if not for the Esper. Palador. Or whatever he's called in the GPA version. What, Goldpig? Or are you referring to Cloud? Ah, the aptly named World of Ruin. So, we're gonna do something kinda weird. This is actually so risky that I'm going to save state before I even do this. At least days, I'd say, Oldman. What'd you think of it, Aethel, when you first played it? So, very soon to now, money will cease being an issue, so I'm going to just start burning inventory items left and right. The moment you gain the ability to farm the Cactrot Forest, money concerns go away. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. I forgot it's not actually over here. My bad. So, let's discuss something, and I want everyone's honest opinion if you don't mind giving it. I have heard several people say that the World of Ruin is one of the major flaws of the game. To explain what I mean by that, the plot effectively ceases at the World of Ruin. I mean, in the World of Balance, there's a lot of plot. There's a fairly large amount of plot-heavy events, right? In the World of Ruin, the plot becomes go after Kefka. Like, there is no actual plot. Everything is characterization and theme building, world building, character development, and character growth. Like, that's the World of Ruin. The plot just stops. Do you think that qualifies as a flaw at all, or a major flaw? Honest opinion. That would be cool, Psychotic. No, I will eventually, Jason Bauer. I'm just doing things in a slightly different way. I can actually see the Breath of the Wild comparison. Because Breath of the Wild doesn't really have much plot either. It does have some good characterization, some good themes, and some good setting building. The plot is, Ganon, go. Now, let me go ahead and just tell you, I'm not going to give a flaw for that, personally, unless you guys convince me of it. To me, this is the Empire Strikes Back of the game. I mean, what's the plot of Empire Strikes Back, you know? It's the Mass Effect 2 thing all over again. Mass Effect 2 may have a very weak plot, but it is very, very heavy on other aspects of story. Just like, you know, this is. And there is... I'm not going to praise it. I'm just going to say there's a lot of focus on every other aspect of story. So, this guy is like, hey, you're playing the GBA version. Sweet. Did you know that there's 4 new Espers? One of which is Gilgamesh, which doesn't even begin to make sense. No, absolutely not, Schoolmeister. God, no. Hey, there's this new guy named Gerard in town. He sounds like a pretty cool guy. Really, Rodden? That's actually really interesting, because the opinion I've usually had is that the World of Ruin is too short. Seriously. So, wow, that's interesting. Can you say why we feel that way, Rodden? Can you explain? Hey, it's Gerard. So, for years it has bothered me that there's no special dialogue between Edgar and Sabin during the entire Figaro section. I didn't realize for years that getting Sabin is actually optional. In truth, there are only 2 characters that are mandatory to get in the World of Ruin, not counting Celes. We've got Celes, Edgar, and Setzer. That's it! These are the only 3 that are mandatory to get, that you cannot avoid getting, and still get to Kefka's Tower and defeat the game. I actually agree with you on that, Golvard. Which is a shame, because the World of Ruin of FF15 looked really interesting, and then we saw it in a cutscene, basically. Two cutscenes, if we're being accurate. I do have a flaw prepared, by the way, for an upcoming scene. It's another one of those logic flaws. It's the kind of thing that only happens in animes and JRPGs. I'll just go ahead and do it now, while we're doing this boat trip. So, Figaro Castle, there's dialogue that showcases the fact that Figaro Castle got stuck when the disaster happened. Now that makes sense. However, they have been stuck for a year. And the problem they have when you go to the Figaro Castle is that they're running out of air. A year they've been stuck with no air supply. And they're only now having issues. What's funny is that's actually a very easy fix. All you have to do is say Figaro Castle got stuck like a few days ago, you know? I mean, that still has the problem of convenience, but it still makes more sense to me than they've been stuck there for a frickin' year. Never mind the problems of, you know, food supplies and water and sewage and everything else you need in order to function as a moving city. Also, it's always kind of bothered me a little bit that Gerard is basically talking to himself here. And it's always kind of bothered me that Edgar goes way out of his way to try and convince Celes that he's not Edgar when he is. Like, obviously and blatantly to everyone, including Celes. It seems unnecessary and artificial to me. Oh yeah, by the way, we're in the World of Ruin, so someone asked if these chests upgrade in the World of Ruin. Well, here we are. That is an X potion, so that is actually an upgrade. Holy crap. They're stuck because a tentacle monster got into the engines, basically. It's actually the boss we'll be fighting soon. Yep, that was a warp stone, and it turned into a phoenix down. What do you know? South Figaro's chests upgrade too. I did not know that. I'll have to look into what all of these things upgrade to at some point. On my next playthrough, next year, which I'll stream because I'm going to force you guys to watch me streaming this game until the next millennia. No, not Ultra. God, guys, really? Oh yeah, do I have... Right, we're saving that until the boss. Hey, it's Siegfried or possibly Gogo. We never find out. I'll get this loot later when I have a Mogal Charm. I will stream FF6 proper remake because that's when we'll get it. It's 1,000 years from now. Oh yeah, before I forget, like I said, so I think this actually deserves 2 flaws. One minor flaw. Gerard just, it feels like artificial drama. It's like, no, I'm not Edgar. And like me saying, guys, I'm not the lore runner, even though I'm wearing his iconic outfit with his iconic ring on his channel, and it clearly looks and sounds like me. But no, I'm clearly not the lore runner. I'm some Arkengia dude. Yeah, it's fake. The second flaw, and I think this is actually our second major flaw in my opinion. I know that sounds weird, but for me, the coincidence of timing and the convenience of Figaro Castle being stuck, plus the fact that it's stuck for a year, plus the fact that there's the tentacles there. I mean, everything about this Figaro thing is basically set up to force you to have access to Figaro Castle, and therefore to have access to Edgar in order to be able to get to the airship. It's completely forced, and it's completely artificial, and it makes no damn sense. And yeah, exactly, Dakota, that flaw would be poofed out of the way if Edgar just says, psst, play along, and nothing else. No other lines of dialogue needed. And boom. It would have been fine. And like I said, the flaw in the year thing would also be fixed if they just made it more recently, like a couple days prior to now. But whatever. That's one of the reasons that this game amuses me. Most of the flaws, even the major flaws I point out, have tremendously easy fixes. And I really hate to call it out for this, but how many other games that have come out recently that have many flaws, Andromeda, excuse me, that would have easy fixes? Most games that have lots of flaws don't have easy fixes. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Okay, that's not too bad. That would have actually been funny, Golvak. It's like, who's this Edgar guy? Who are you talking about? Just hold on a bit longer, okay? I know it's been a year, and you're suffocating as we speak. But just hang on a little bit longer. And they all say that, by the way. Every single NPC here says, can't breathe. In the English version, they said something that never made sense to me. It was horrible. Or it was awful, excuse me. It was awful. And I've never understood that, and it makes sense now that I know that they were suffocating to death. Oh, there's the gravity rod. I knew there was a gravity rod. Fix all the right... Damn it, Lurker. I could point out a lot of flaws in Chrono Trigger, too, let's be honest. So, honest question, while we're talking honesty and being honest with each other. What do you guys think of this keeping in perspective concept? Exactly, Psychotic. That is exactly why I picked FF6 for my first keeping perspective. I really wanted to emphasize that even a game that I consider my favorite game of all time, and still do, by the way, replaying this has only reaffirmed the fact that this is an amazing game for me. It still has flaws. I mean, we're up to like 30+ flaws over there. That is a huge list. It is similar to a low run. It's just... Oh, let's save, just in case, because I need to... Oops. Well, that's the idea, Dakota. As I said in the intro video where I was announcing this morning, I feel that with recent games where I have criticized those games and been blasted for it, I feel it's worth remembering that there's a reason I criticize. It's not because I hate something. Where the hell are they? Oh, they're there. I'm just blind. Fun fact, by the way, thanks to the weird math of how FF6 does its average levels, people can actually lose levels in the World of Ruin. It's kind of rare. You have to either do it on purpose or have really random circumstances, but it can happen. Too true, Luxia. And now he's like, hey, it's me, Edgar! It's clearly FF6 is an anime game, as we all know. Okay. Fire Rod. Oof, that hurt. Oh, that's actually really bad. By the way, doing this boss super level is also very risky. In fact, I think I'm about to die because Edgar just got stunned. Come on. Oh my god! Elixir! Elixir! Debatable, Geludo. They all have flaws, so take your pick, really. You know, they never explain why there's tentacles here, so I don't know would be the real answer. God damn it. Okay, this is actually bad. I need Edgar to actually live through this. Okay, think. You son of a... They do actually reference these things twice before now, the landworms, as being a problem for Figaro in general. No, yeah, I agree, Nighton. He should also be suffocating. Okay. Elixir yourself. God damn it. To hell. Alright, I'm just gonna start this battle over. Hang on. That just did not go well. Yeah, also, we're all talking and running around in this place that has no air, and then we're about to do a boss fight in a place that has no air. While we're on the subject. But yeah, basically, from all the discussion about sandworms, this shouldn't actually look like tentacles. This should look like sandworms. So, okay, I never remember who I'm actually supposed to use the gravity rod on. Is it you? Nope! It's gotta be you, then. One of these tentacles has way more health than the others, and I think it's the lower left one. Okay, so... Oh crap, I forgot to change her equipment. I forgot to change her equipment. Hang on, she absolutely needs those sandals. Oops. I also need to give her, no, Ice Brand is correct for that. You know, I just realized she hasn't had an Esper on this whole time. Where am I going to take Celes? Should I make her a mage or a melee? Well, like I said, I actually did say this while you were gone, Night Dawn. I think this problem is very easily fixable. First of all, make it so that they have only very recently gotten stuck. Very recently, like a day or so. So the air is getting stale, people are getting weak, you know, like if you go into high altitude, but they're not actually, you know, super falling over. And so we could go in here and still have, say, a few minutes of functionality without having to be like, ugh, you know. I also like the idea of probably changing this so that instead of having this pile of goop tentacles all over the engines, just have a few sandworms that are basically getting in the way of the engines and we have to get rid of them or something like that. Instead of just magically fixing the engines by taking out these tentacles. I don't know. Yeah, let's turn her into a melee. We'll do that. Actually, she needs a heal spell. Let's give her some Cura love really quick. Okay, so save. I mean, from a realism perspective, even us taking out these tentacles shouldn't fix the problem. They should then get people in here and have them actually, you know, polish and clean and refurbish the engine so they could function, and then the thing could finally arise. Now, there's no real need to show that on camera, but if they aren't at the point where they're literally suffocating, it would make more sense to show two or three or four NPCs rushing down to go service the engines without them literally being suffocating. I mean, if they're low on air, but they're not out of air, that makes more sense, right? Okay. So, now that we're set up properly... Actually, let's not do that. Let's do... nothing. Let's do this. The tentacles are fixing the engine. I knew it! Why not, Deutsch? Now, truthfully, doing this without 7 is actually really risky and stupid. I literally just wanted to do it to see if I could pull it off while also being super low level. So this is just pride here, guys. I'll be honest. I really should not be doing what I'm doing right now. I should have bought more flame rods. Oh, that's okay. That one should be pretty low on health. And I'm doing okay, so I should be able to pull this off. The real aggravation is the lower right one, which is the only one that's not weak to fire. There we go, okay. We're basically good now. I'll just slow-mo this one. Not waste any more rods. Or I could waste a rod because it's going to be a single target. Eh. I got like 20 rods left. You know, Golvik's got a point. GG. Just needed to do that in the right order. So then Edgar gives a lame-ass excuse for why he pretended he didn't know her. When, again, it would have literally been solved by one line. Just play along. In fact, if we were doing this in the proper remake with voice acting, it'd be even easier. It would be even less obtrusive, because it would just be the voice actor saying, play along. Hey, I don't know who this lady is. You know, it just slide it in one of the other existing lines, you know? Poor boss didn't even last as long as the old boss. Oh well, let's go. I couldn't care less about their treasure. What we need to worry about is Kefka. While I'm here. Oh crap, there's still enemies. Oh god! There's still enemies! No! Wait! I wasn't ready for there still being enemies. Let's actually equip him properly now, while we're thinking about it. God, I love having 3 Hermes rings, or Hermes sandals, or whatever the hell they're called. There it is. Whoops. We're definitely turning him into a melee, because that will improve his drill damage. Do you need to go out? Do you need to go out? Okay, you're not reacting. So based on what little I know of dogs, that means you just want attention. And I'm not giving her attention. She doesn't get attention. It's okay, Celes will make it through this, guys. Oh yeah, speaking of really gross enemies, what the hell is that organ-looking thing? It literally just looks like a pile of organs. She just gets sad whenever we have a rainstorm. She's like, oh my god, it's a rainstorm. Freak out, freak out. Go lie down, you'll feel better. You have food. I made sure of it. See, I would have liked it if in here they'd had, oh quick, go fix up the engine. You know, it would only take a few seconds, and then, air. Maybe a few additional cutscenes of the people being like, air. Thank God, okay. Hurrah, King Edgar! You know, I feel... Forgive me for saying that there should be more cutscenes here, but I really feel there should be, like, an additional cutscene of, thank God we got up over the surface, you know? Of course, Figaro arising would probably be a cool cutscene too. And of course, all these cutscenes should be skippable. Instead of just immediately, alright, we saved Figaro Castle, let's go to Kalingen! Just immediately. First thing. Let's go right back down. By the way, fun fact, if you ever go to sell to these merchants, don't have Edgar in the front. If you do, you will get half the price that you should. fun little factoid there. Okay, so we're super low on everything. So let's get, like, some high potions, and... Well, I got a couple of tents. Where's the... I need some Revifies. I don't even know what they're called in this version. No, whatever. I suppose that does qualify as a flaw. What do you guys think? Is the selling bug a flaw? Because it is literally a bug. No arguing it. No debating it. Yeah, they basically reduced the price, the default price, if Edgar's in charge. And then, so buying and selling is at half price. Narsh is crawling with monsters. I have nowhere to go, I've lost my home. Ugh. I kind of wish this scene was a little longer, because this is a very important scene. This is basically the scene at which everything starts to look up for effectively the first time. There's actually a lot of bugs in FF6, yeah. Most of them are pretty mild. There's really only like 3 game breakers, and like all 3 of those you have to really go out of your way to get. But yeah, this is the moment when things finally start turning around and getting, going for the better, and it's just kind of a really quick and easy cutscene. I mean, maybe it's just me, but to me it makes perfect sense that if not for Celes' prompting, Setzer would have never actually considered going and trying to resurrect the Falcon. Daryl's tomb is right here. Yeah, they didn't do... They kind of messed up a lot of Setzer's lines in the SNES English version. And I like this. Several NPCs, including these ones, actually say something different after you have the "Let's do it" cutscene there. Just little touches that are not nice, and I'm not praising. There's no praise here. Terrible game. Awful game. I hate this game. Worst game ever. Yeah, I would actually, again, in the proper remake, I would have Setzer basically just be, completely sloshed. Actually, maybe I wouldn't, because then I would have to make that a part of his character for several parts going forward. Like, him recurringly trying to recover from being an alcoholic. Maybe just he got drunk this one time because something else happened, I don't know. Maybe he's been spending, like, the whole year trying to get up here. That's not really that out of bounds, spending a year traversing a world that you don't even know anymore. So, that's not too out of bounds. And then he gets here, finds the tomb, and then gets drunk. And so he's been drunk for, like, a few weeks, and then we show up. That might fit a little better. We'll do that. I'm always in favor of adding more character stuff, so maybe having Setzer having a recurring side plot of having to, kick the habit would not be a bad thing. I don't know, I'd have to debate that. Look, I'm just saying, that's a long-standing tradition, Luxia. So this stuff's actually pretty weak, but not worth my time. Right, let's just get a save in really quick. This place can be dangerous. I'm trying to remember the order I have to do this place. I almost never did this place in the intended order anymore. Although there's one thing I need to get here. It's the most important item in the entire game. No, Luxia. No, 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 no. Even final form Sora is not. Growth Egg! Woohoo! Not gonna use it yet. Not until we're ready, but... Okay, I am doing this in the right order. Yay. So what are the number 1 and 2, Jason Barr? Are you leaving every now and again, Night Dawn? I literally just talked about that. Like, that was the last thing I talked about, was this scene needs to be longer, because da-da-da. Here's a question for you, and they never answer this. Why are there monsters in here? Now, granted, this is a tomb. Whoops, wrong way. This is a tomb that we've had, you know, sealed off for a long time. So it's not exactly out of bounds that there would be... The monsters would have moved in, but there's a lot of specifically undead enemies in here, and ghosts, and zombies, and just all sorts of fun stuff like that. And I've always wondered why there's just all of this crap here. In the fricking, in Daryl's tomb. Whoops, 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 whoops. Mad Oscar. I know, right? If they're guardians, then who the hell put them here? Set, sir? Why did you put these here? Well, you know... Yes, it is, Luxia. If you'll notice, it's not even labeled a lore run, the previous Final Fantasy Marathon. And with good reason. It really wasn't intended to be a lore run. It just kind of was me playing through all the games, because I wanted to. And some of my viewers at the time wanted to. If sufficient funding and backing happens, yeah, there absolutely will be another... a true Final Fantasy series lore run. But that's... like, in the future. I just realized I don't have a strategy for this guy. Braver strats! No, that's a turtle, not a corpse. It's not that morbid. I mean, I know there's a lot of corpses in here, and a frickin' Dullahan, for some reason. Probably 7 and 10, Jason Bauer. They're pretty bad in 10. In fact, they're insane in 10. Yeah, the definitive edition of the lore room. Undead roses. He should be pretty close to dead here. Our what, Psychotic? God damn it, just die! Seriously! I wasn't actually trying because I figured you didn't have that much HP. Apparently I was wrong. Damn it. Meh. Ow. I don't even remember that, to be honest with you, Psychotic. Did we have a lot of issues with this boss fight? Like, I really don't remember. I feel bad. You son of a... Isn't Dullahan from some mythos or another just like everything else in FF is? Headless Horseman kind of situation? Let's try this again. Whoops! Ah! There we go. Crap. Great. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Why is everything a hot anime girl, Bullbug? I'm just wondering. I'm starting to think it's a thing. Okay. Had to pay attention a little bit, but we got it. And without Sabin. Who needs Sabin anyways? Yeah. I cannot say anything about this scene without adding to one of the counters below me. Note she actually has a unique sprite, by the way. Very rare for an NPC who's effectively only in, like, 2 cutscenes. Helps to emphasize how important she was to him. No, it was not Nymph. So far, Unreal Tournament 2004 and Mass Effect 3 are the 2 things in the other suggestions. I've always wondered how they could hear each other while being on airships. I haven't decided Dragonfruit, or even if I'm going to do another keeping perspective sequence. Chrono Trigger would fit. Another phenomenal game. Yeah, the radio thing makes most sense to me, Rod. And I would probably add the radio thing if in my version of this. I kind of like the idea that it took him a solid year to find the wreck of the Falcon. As weird as it sounds, that makes sense to me. Because remember, he doesn't have sensors. You know, no scanners. No, he didn't actually know where she was going. And manually, visually combing a planet, even from air, is going to take a long time. So I kind of like the fact that it took him a year to find the Falcon. Now, if I may, there's been many theories about Daryl still being alive and being one character or another in FF6. The most predominant and common one is the fact that she is, in fact, Realm's mother and Shadow's wife. Of course, there's also the question that she might be Go-Go, which is the other most common one I hear. What do you guys think? If we were to proper remake this and codify this, we would have to decide if Daryl lived through the encounter. Would you make her live through the encounter? Also, awesome song, Ink. Also, that scene right there makes no sense, but it's awesome. No, they have radio, Night Dawn. They have Magitech, dude. I've thought about a Metroid lore run. I think it's on the list of possibles. Yeah, I would put a skeleton in the wreck, too. I would make it absolutely clear that he finds her body in the wreck of the Falcon. So she is, no, really dead. Especially since it helps so much of his character arc. Ignoring the fact that keeping her alive would cheapen her death, it would also cheapen his character by proxy. And the game... Well, it certainly isn't awesome. I'm not going to say anything like that. That would be ridiculous. But this is officially the moment at which the game has opened up. We now have access to basically everything. There's only one thing missing. So we're going to do a little bit of prep work, just really quick here. And then we're going to get one more thing, and then we will have actually, legitimately found everything to completely open up the world of Run. Run. We're not ready for that. I have spent so many hours in this desert across so many playthroughs of this game. I don't even know how long it's been. In several of my particular categories of speedruns, notably my 98% speedrun, I have actually spent time calculating how much time I should spend in this desert. I mean, I could try to kill one. Let's see how this works out, yeah. Okay, this might kill us. Yep! Well, screw it. We don't need to prepare. We got this. Leroy! Bravery Stratio. I'm not good at doing the Joker Doom trick. I don't even remember the specific thing to do it, and more to the point, it still takes a degree of skill. to actually hit the right slots, even after you make it available. Let me think about this for a minute. Yeah. So these mobs will wreck me if they actually fight me. They're not super hard, but they are definitely above my pay grade right now. So, fine. Since I have the smoke bombs, let's use them. We need to get our 4th party member, guys. This is a slight variance on how I usually do my own 98% speedruns of this game. Really, Rod? That's interesting. So that's your reason why you say the World of Ruin was too long? I think I've pretty accurately described why I like the World of Ruin. I don't really need to add anything to that. I just like hearing other people's perspective on it. So, if I'm understanding correctly, Rodden, you would rather that the game still had more of a plot focus and kept more of a linear, beginning to end kind of format? Right. Fine, use the smoke bomb. I got like 20 more. And no, I was in the desert to make money, specifically. That desert, both enemies that you fight in that desert, the sandworms and the cactars, drop 10,000 gil per encounter. And once you get to the part where you can survive the sandworms in order to kill the cactars, and you have a way of killing the cactars too, then you are swimming in gold. And all of a sudden, buying, your inventory goes from being an extremely rare and hardly used resource, like right now I don't even have any hide potions, to being something that you are swimming in. Hey, Modib. So, I did lie. I got the growth egg earlier, but that's actually the second best item in the game. No, I did not, Jono Trino. I would have liked it if they had actually bothered to explain why the Moogles could command the Sasquatches, but whatever. So yeah, in this version it's made a little bit more clear that Mogal's Charm is actually the, a memento of his dead significant other, or mother or sister, whoever, because Mogal is a female Moogle. But we have just gotten the best item in the game. Game is officially good, guys. And I only emphasize this point to re-emphasize the fact that the encounter rate is so through the roof that every time, even just now, I just feel this, like, release of tension. It's like, oh, okay, I've got the Mogal Charm. Whew. I actually can't even imagine going through the whole of the World of Ruin and never using the Mogal Charm. Really, I can't. That has got to be terrible. And this right here is why Bravely Default had the right idea and just making it a freaking toggle. The only thing I could say as a flaw here is the fact that it takes this damn long to get the Mogal Charm. Like 2/3 into the game, at least. And you notice I beelined for it. First thing I did after getting the airship was went and got the Mogal Charm. Oh yeah, I need to start saving because I'm in no way ready for Doomgaze. And, Mogal Charm does not prevent Doomgaze. 100% confirmed, for anybody who's curious. This is always the part where I just kind of go, man, what do I want to do first? I actually have a set order of events I do for the speed run. Debate. No, I don't disagree, Jonotrino. Bravely Default is probably one of the best games as far as gameplay in a JRPG I've ever played. It's just, the story is the average, I would say. You know what? Yeah. We're going to do something weird here. I don't think I've done this particular order of events first. That guy's hints are a lot more obvious in the GBA version. Flat out says that Mog is still here, and that you would need a treasure hunter in order to be able to unlock the doors. We'll get Ragnarok later. That's not a huge priority. I don't think I could call that a flaw so much as it's just replicant of the original flaw of the encounter rates problem, Wadi. Actually, the vast majority of RPGs in general that have an Enk-Nun type item limit it more than they should. Very, very few make it so you can just have an Enk-Nun item. Or, excuse me, just have Enk-Nun. In fact, I think the only game, off the top of my head, that does that is Bravely Default and Bravely Default 2nd. Everything else, you have to sacrifice a valuable equipment slot. I really don't want to fight this guy right now. Okay, we're good. You have to sacrifice a valuable equipment slot, or you have to have it on one specific character, or you have to have this Guardian Force equipped, or whatever. Save, because this is actually going to be a little rough. Speaking of which. I mean, on the one hand, I could hear the argument that, well, you know, you need to have the risk versus reward circumstance of, you know, you give up combat potential to get rid of combat, but I'm sorry, that doesn't actually make sense to me. What, this song right here, Rodden? God, I have not done anything with Mog. I guess we'll do this. God, I really haven't done anything with Mog. I gotta think about this. I guess that? She's still on the 2s. He's still becoming a melee, and he's still becoming a mage. Well, don't worry, we're gonna get rid of this song pretty quick here, Rod. I should have saved after I did all that. Well, yeah, repel is the other thing like that, Aethel. Get rid of encounters for X period of time. Damn. I like this song, but I could completely understand why it would drag on for a while, because it is designed to be a dreary, empty, desolate song that just helps to emphasize how ruined everything is. So I completely understand why you would get to the point of, oh god, after hearing this song for too much. Okay, this... Okay, we're good. We're breaking him out of the ice, Dakota. The better question is, why is he fighting back? Although you notice he isn't fighting back. Not really. The only attacks he's doing... I would make this more clear in a proper remake. The only things he's actually doing are destroying your MP with Rasp and freezing you. And I think it should... Again, in the proper remake, I'd make it a little more clear that this is not him fighting you, this is just him reacting to us being here. Just like he was in previous versions. Notice how he has already destroyed all of my MP. Okay, that's an actual spell. I'll give you that one. But I stand by my statement. We should make it so that this guy is just there, and we're just trying to break him out of the ice. He also has way too much health. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, something like that, Takoida. Like, have it so your mana... if given ideals, I'd probably make it so rather than him casting Rasp on you over and over, I'd have it so that your mana just kind of ticks down. Like, you have a poison effect, it just affects your mana. And so your mana's kind of slowly going away. And every so many mana that is absorbed, but, like, fills an invisible bar, and that makes ice go out, that kind of a thing. Because that would also kind of imply how Tritok or Valgibida got trapped in the first place, too. And notice he is ridiculously weak to fire. He's got, like, quad weakness to fire. Oh, crap. That's actually bad. Do you need to go out? Alright, alright. If you actually need to go out, I'll let you out. If you just want... God damn it, Tritalk. I'm not even that low level right now. I'm level 20. Come on. I'm super high level. Damn it. What's that, Goldberg? Okay. Really, Goldberg? I wonder why. You know what? Sure. Oh yeah, I can get rid of that. Next, yeah, I like that idea, Taquita. So you have a couple of options for dealing with it. You can either just tank whatever happens when your MP runs out, or you can constantly try to keep your MP up. God damn it. You'd best be frozen. Is that Alexander? No, that's Kieran. That's much less useful. Oh well. Oh, this is definitely a gear check fight. He only does two things, really. He hits you with high-level ice spells, or he drains your mana. Have fun, Friendoka, hopefully. Gosh darn it, really? Hang on just a sec, guys. How much freaking HP does this guy have again? I'm just wondering. I mean, really. And I'm doing about 4,000 damage a round. It's just not enough. Really? How much health does this guy have? Oh my god. Oh crap. I'm almost having a hard time as Psychotic was in Record Keeper. Come on! God damn it. Ugh. Mastered a new dance! And then Tritalk just trusts us. God, no, Golvug. I haven't played any of it that you have not already seen. Why do you ask? Okay. Hey, something classic. Okay, so now we have 4 party members and Tritalk. Now we are ready to go and actually start leveling. For a little bit. And avoid the Blizzard Dragon at all costs. No, 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 no! Okay. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. That sounds fun, Psychotic. That's a tricky question, Golvai, because it kind of depends on your preferences. I would say yes, but it's a weird game. It is definitely not your standard Final Fantasy game, but there was some very good stuff in it. The combat the dialogue was enjoyable. The quest system was enjoyable. There was good voice acting. My only complaint was actually the combat, which was kind of dull, and that may just be because I didn't have a lot of options yet. Actually, hang on. I would say it is a well-done piece, and I don't know if the combat is actually bad, or if it's just that I didn't get far enough into the game to have enough options. I mean, it's the old Kingdom Hearts 1 thing, you know? The combat in Kingdom Hearts 1 is very boring for the first hour, because all you have is... Horizon Zero Dawn was requested for a rumination, so I'm not actually going to stream it, unless I do it for live rumination stuff. That will be a rumination instead. Apparently, Zan is cooking right now. Lavender lemon cake. Interesting. Okay, so now we are in... We have everything we need to start leveling. Isn't it late April or something? Like, originally it was early April, and then they changed it, and I don't actually remember what it is now, honestly. Man, I have, like, nothing. Yeah, she actually made rose cake recently. It was quite good. It actually tastes like rose. Spectre of Torment is technically out on the Switch. It's actually already out and playable, but it's on the Switch, so... You know what? Hang on, guys. So yeah, at some point in time, it will also come out for PC. I don't actually know the exact date. If anybody wants to look it up, feel free. It was supposed to be April, and I don't know where we're at with that now. Don't worry, I'm not just turning off the music to be a dick. I have a plan here. There we go. Might be able to kill a slagworm. Probably not, though. Yeah, this is just gonna kill me. Ugh! Ooh! 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 It's supposed to be sickly, Takoida, and the sky is perpetually in, like, a sunset state, so it's like, you know, the kind of amber look that water gets at that time of the evening. The sun sets on this mortal world, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, I'm not ready for those guys yet. Oh, but I am ready for a cactar. With a drill. Yay! Setzer can finally do stuff. Yeah, what are you linking me, Psychotic? So, what's the benefit of fighting him? I mean, other than the obvious bragging rights. Mog isn't really what I'd call well-equipped, no, but he's equipped. Kinda. Okay, she has Cura. Perfect. Does she already have... She does. Okay. Well, I guess I could just check that. So, let's put her on that for right now. Mog, we'll put on that. Oh yeah, let's put some gear on him too while we're at it. Probably still can't take a slagworm. Let's find out. Yeah, let's just go down the list. Ugh! Yeah, we still can't take a slagworm. Yeah, they've had a few tri-elemental summons over the years. Meduan is actually a tri-elemental in this game, too. And then in later games, Madud suddenly becomes Holy type. April 5th? That's frickin' Wednesday. I may have to just stream that this Wednesday, if that's true. Hang on, let me check Steam really quick. Let's see if it says anything. Spectre of Torment arrives April 5th. It's right there. I'm going to add that to the website calendar, even though that's really close to when that's actually happening. So just give me a second here, guys. Guys, we're streaming Spectre Night this Wednesday. I'm hoping it's going to be available by 11 a.m. EST. We'll just gamble and say that it will be. How's that sound, guys? There. Should be on the website right now. Could someone do me a weird... Could someone do me a weird favor and verify that the Spectre Knight thing is up and working on the website really quick? Someone who isn't me and isn't looking at the local version. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you, Deutsch. And thank you, Lurker. So we should have a little bit of money now. So let's go ahead and upgrade our gear. Best purchasable gear in the game right here. Which is funny because it's also the best purchasable gear in the world of balance as well. Go figure, huh? Okay, so... it's also really expensive, but that's okay because we're going to be getting 10,000 gil a fight, so... What's the hardest one, Psychotic? Flip, flip, flip. There we go. Yeah. Oh god. I don't want to fight the giant cactus. You can always try a cheating run and see if that improves your enjoyment of it. I know. I myself have said, you know, if you have to cheat to enjoy a game, that's a negative. But it's still a valid perspective. There's nothing actually wrong with doing so. Sandstorm, and I'm dead. Yep, I literally do not have the gear / levels / equipment or / HP to just endure that. Well, that makes sense. Actually, that doesn't make sense. FF6 having a super optional is kind of weird. There's like nothing I could do. It just occurred to me. I mean, I could try death. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. You mean other than FF10, Takoida? Yay! Guys, we have a strategy. Normally what I do at this point is I Vanish Doom these guys, but apparently the Vanish Doom trick doesn't work in this version. So instead, we'll just Doom. Just Doom trick. That's what it's called now. Hang on. Just because I'm curious. Yeah, they're in 10-2 as well. Wait. Maybe we can banish Doom? Yes! We have a strategy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the GBA version I'm playing, sure you. On there. How are we doing on value? 20%. This is my favorite type of leveling, by the way. In any game, I don't like mindless grind. I like every fight might kill me instantly if I don't get lucky or don't know what I'm doing, and I have to save after every single combat because the next combat might kill me. And, this is the important part, I get a fairly large reward for doing that fight. That's the type of leveling I tend to enjoy most. It's like, okay, if I barely kill this ridiculously strong thing, I'll get tons of stuff from it. Woo, I got tons of stuff from it. I managed it. Woo. You know, that kind of fight. That's among my favorite type of leveling. It's another reason why I like to hit the World of Ruin at really low level. FTL? You're gonna have to explain that one to me, Deutsch. Why don't we give you that? Wow. That's actually alien to me, Rodden. I mean, no offense to that, but Chrono Trigger is one of the games that really introduced me to the concept of built into the game replayability with the New Game Plus concept. Literally a game designed to be replayed many times. That doesn't seem to be my experience, Deutsch. Because usually when I'm going through FTL, it's like, okay, I barely fight this guy and I get nothing for fighting him. Okay, that's cool. Alright, they're only getting 5 from that. That's fine. Let's go get some more gear. Now, if the encounters in FTL were more rewarding, then yeah, that would totally sound... Or maybe I'll just get unlucky, I don't freaking know. Now, I know this is a minor complaint, but one thing I would like is when you get to the World of Ruin, if you pull up like a menu like this, it shows you all these people, so you're like, oh, they're all still alive. I would have kind of liked it. It's a small touch, but I would have kind of liked it if instead of all of them being there, it would only show the ones that you have re-recruited. That would require a little bit of code variance, but I think they could do it, and I think it would be awesome if they did. Just my opinion. Kind of goes along with that whole, you know, make it so the overworld isn't explored thing we were talking about earlier. So let's do... okay. That's happened to me before, Dakota. Not that often, though. You know, I think I've only ever beaten FTL, like, once, ever. That game is hella punishing. Of course, I'm not good at roguelikes in general, so that's just my fault. Yeah, exactly, Psychotic. Just add to that whole doomed feeling, especially since, as I pointed out, very few of these characters are actually mandatory. In fact, only 3 of them are. Does he know either of them yet? No, of course he doesn't. Well, there's nothing wrong with that mentality, Rod. I actually know quite a few people who can't enjoy a work a second time. Book, television show, movie, or video game. Doesn't matter. They just can't enjoy it. It's like, well, I already know what's going to happen, so what's the point? Now, I don't understand that mentality personally, but I do know people who are like that, and actually, if anything, I think that kind of sucks. I feel bad for people who have that problem. Yeah, true enough, Psychotic. True enough. So, this is a good time to chop off the local recording.